Good morning, everyone. How are you feeling today? Welcome to Unity of Tucson. It's a good day, isn't it? Yes. And the rest of you? Let's celebrate today. We are a spiritual community here at Unity of Tucson. We are here to celebrate love, light, life, peace, power, beauty, joy, wisdom, inspiration, understanding, imagination, all the things that God is, and it's the things that we are as well. So if you're ready to celebrate with that idea in mind today, I invite you to do so. If you feel like or are able to stand up and dance with us on our opening song, please feel free to do so. It's going to tell you to do so.
Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah. Feet, see the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Woo, it's a good day. My shirt is coming untucked. I've been so, yeah. Can you feel the energy? Feel it. It's a vibration today that is high. It's always a high vibration here at Unity of Tucson. Once again, welcome to our glorious spiritual center here where we do celebrate love, light, life, and all the attributes of God, which are the attributes of each and every one of us. I'm Reverend Dr. Jonathan Zenz. I am the senior minister here, the spiritual director here, and what a delight it is to celebrate with you on this glorious Sunday morning. Yeah. I'm just taking it in for a moment. I'm just looking out and seeing the face of God in so many different faces, and I'm so delighted to be able to have this perspective up here. You know what? Just take a moment and look around and see the face of God in the people around you. If that's exactly what is there, the face of God in everyone that surrounds you. Yeah. Yeah. Now, one of the things that I do offer every week is to say this. You may not believe everything you hear today. You may not. That's okay. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. I'm not here to tell you what to believe. We don't purport to have a set of beliefs, and this is how it's done, and this is the way. But we do have a doctrine. We have a teaching. And what we do is we share this teaching with you, and if you adopt that in your life as a teaching that is a belief system, that becomes a belief system for you, you might find that the quality of your life is enhanced. And so I leave that to you to determine how that works for you. So if something does butt up against your belief system here today, just look at that and say, look at that. Something's butting up against my belief system here today. What am I going to do about that? Well, that's up to you, because we are individualized expressions of an infinite divine power, and our lives are motivated and created based on our beliefs and the choices we make around those beliefs. That is a fundamental premise of what we teach here at Unity of Tucson. So, and the other thing you may notice, I do kind of make light of it. Oh, something butted up against my belief system. Sometimes people go, oh my gosh, something butted up against my belief system. Maybe we let that energy go. I would love for us as a community to share our vision statement together. Here come the words of our vision statement. There they are. We envision a world awakened to its magnificence. This is the doctrine that we share of a way that we perhaps can see the world, and the mission are steps we can take to get there. So let's state out loud the words of our mission statement. Love only, forgive everything, remember who you are. Love only, forgive everything, and remember who you are. I've seen a couple of people who are wearing our t-shirts today that have our mission statement, Roberta and Sherry, and yeah, I'm delighted that we get to share that with the world too. So there's a thing I'm going through up here that you have no idea what's happening in my mind. That is like I'm bouncing off the walls internally and a little bit externally. And I feel like there's a palpable shift in energy this week. And I don't know what it is. It's a good thing, though. It feels really good. Do you feel it? Yes. Yeah. If you are joining us for the first time today, if you're joining us for the first time today, it's a delight to have you here. I first want to reach out and say hello to everybody who's joining us online. Whether you're watching right now, Sunday morning on our live stream, or you're watching subsequently on the archive at some other time, it is a delight to share this time with you and know that your energy is part of this energy of this experience. If you would go to unitytucson.com/connect and fill out some information there, we can keep this conversation going and keep the connection going. So thank you for joining us this morning. Now, if you're here with us in the room for the first time today, as you were coming in, you may have been invited to receive a gift. If you did not receive your gift, you can pick that gift up at the welcome table in the lobby at the end of the celebration today. But in addition to that physical gift, we have something that we would like to share with you. And so if you are here for the first time today, new to our community, and you are comfortable with identifying yourself, if you would raise your hand or stand up, we would like to share what it is we know about you. Is there anyone who's joining us today for the first time? Welcome, grateful to have you here. Grateful. Grateful to have you here, welcome. Oh, I love it. Grateful to have you here. Well, here's what we know about you. Are we ready to let them know? Yeah. Here we go on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. You are magnificent. Yes, you are. So grateful that you're shining your light and sharing your magnificence with the world. Now, we purport to know that about you, that you are magnificent, because one of the tenets here is that every person that we encounter, every energy of creation that we encounter is a reflection of something that is inherent in each and every one of us. So I think that your magnificence is a reflection of my magnificence, and my magnificence is a reflection of your magnificence, and we can stay in this circulation of magnificence. And so, given that, I think we should say these words together. I am magnificent. How does that feel? Let's let them know down in Nogales. I am magnificent. Yes, indeed. We celebrate the faith traditions of the world and the religions all over the world, and we honor each and every one of them with the understanding that they are rooted in one golden thread, a common thread of love. And to celebrate that, we've adopted a ritual here called Lighting the Flames of Faith, guided each week by our magnificent keepers of the flames. Here to guide us this week, please welcome Lynn Peterson and Mirta Nebecker.
Okay.
Oh, is it there?
Is it working? Okay.
Are you able to hold that?
Yes.
I'm putting her on my handheld.
We light a candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light a candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light a candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light a candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light a candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light a candle for all forms of Islam, honoring the path of submission to divine love as the highest calling. We light a candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light a candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. We light a candle for all those who are as yet unaware of the power and presence of spirits in their lives, and for the space that we're holding for them, and for all faith traditions unnamed in this ceremony. The final candle is the healing candle. It represents the revealing of the divinity at the core of all experiences. This is your candle for whatever is in your mind and heart that requires the light.
Thank you. And I just have to say this. Happy birthday, Mom.
Love you.
Love you. This candle here is the peace candle. And as you know, we keep this peace candle consistently illuminated with this understanding. It is a representation of a consistent illumination of peace in our own hearts. And as we allow our inner peace to inform our thoughts, our beliefs, our actions, and our intentions, right where we are, each and every one of us is actively contributing to a more peaceful experience in this world. So let's honor that understanding in this candle by stating out loud together this prayer for world peace. Divine love indwells each person and radiates from one to another. Harmony is established and peace reigns in the world. Our glorious group of prayer chaplains have magnificent wisdom to share every week, and today sharing a reading, guiding us in our monthly affirmation, and also guiding us in prayer. Please welcome today's prayer chaplain, Ruth Starwell. Grateful to have you here today, Ruth.
This month our theme is balance, and I've selected a quote from Thich Nhat Hanh. He says, "We have a tendency to think in terms of doing, not in terms of being. We think that when we're not doing anything, we're wasting our time. But that's not true. Our time is first of all for us to be. To be what? To be alive, to be peaceful, to be joyful, to be loving. And this is what the world needs most. We all need to train ourselves in our way of being. And that is the ground for all action. Our quality of being determines our quality of doing." In our affirmation this month, I will read it one time, so just allow that to merge with your being. I am resilient. I'm going to do that again. I am resilient, balanced, and all aspects of my life are in perfect alignment. If you'd like to say that 2 times with me. I am resilient, balanced, and all aspects of my life are in perfect alignment. And again. I am resilient, balanced, and all aspects of my life are in perfect alignment.
Let's take an opportunity right here and right now to settle into that quality of being by being present, just allowing ease and grace in this moment, releasing any unnecessary physical tension, beginning to recognize ourselves present as the presence, which is the truth of our being.
I am dropping down to the truth of who I am. I am dropping down, surrendering in love. I am dropping truth of who I am. I am dropping down, surrendering in love.
So join me in a moment of prayer and dropping into that presence that is always present. That magnificent, amazing spirit of the divine that is here now, always present, that is always creating, that is always expressing through you, as each and every one of us, as all creation. That power and presence that is magnificent, that is perfect order, perfect balance, wisdom, joy, always expressing as love, held in love, guided by love. And so knowing and accepting this truth of your being, of our being, of all being, allowing that to guide each and every action, allowing that to guide each and every decision, each and every thought, each and every word. Allowing that truth of being to be all that it is. For we know that that is the truth. And so allowing, accepting, receiving with deep gratitude for this knowing, for this expression, for this place of community where we see that reflected so clearly in ourselves and in each other. And so with joy and gratitude, just receiving and being the deep love, the deep truth, the deep one that is here now, always. And so it is.
Surrendering
Thank you, Ruth. Our singer today, who's offering our featured song, is a glorious member of our community, and I'm so delighted when she sings because it also means that we get to see her. She lives quite a distance away and interacts with us quite a bit through the virtual realm and watches our services online, but it's so great to have you here in person. So please welcome today with our featured song, Anna Mello. Here, I'll bring it to you. There you go.
All right. Okay, this is an oldie. Some of you guys will know this. I'm sure a lot of you guys will know this. And there's a few little tweaks in it, but that's all right. Okay, here we go. Under heaven, a time to be born, a time to die, a time to plant, a time to reap, a time to hurt, a time to heal, a time to laugh, a time to weep. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn. Under heaven, a time to build up, a time to break down, a time to dance, a time to mourn, a time to cast away stones, a time to gather stones together. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to love and times we forget, a time to stand up, a time to retreat, a time that you may embrace, a time to refrain from embracing. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time to love, a times we forget, a time for peace. Let's keep our focus set. A time to gain, a time to lose, a time to rend, a time to sow, a time to love, and times we forget, a time for peace. Let's keep our focus set. To everything turn, turn, turn. There is a season, turn, 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 and a time to every purpose under heaven.
Mello. Thank you, Anna. I'm just going to shift this because it's just like that made a big difference. So Anna came in this morning. She said, I've changed a couple of the words. And she said, I just want to make sure it's okay with you. I said, people have been changing the words to the Bible for eternity, so have at it. So, of course, those lyrics are based on Scripture, Ecclesiastes chapter 3, verses 1 through 8. And I just want to say that very first line, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. It's a great song as we explore this construct of balance being our theme this month. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. This month being balance, you know, there's an association that I have made in my own mind. Maybe it'll make sense to you. Sometimes I think the things I say make sense in my mind, and you probably are all out there going, huh? I know that happens. I just want to be very clear. I know that happens. Then I do try to clarify. Balance has an association with heaven's first law. Do you know what heaven's first law is according to Alexander Pope? Heaven's first law, according to the poet and essayist Alexander Pope, is order. Order. Order, balance. That is the nature of the universe. The universe being the expression, the outcome, the flow of an infinite divine power. There is a time and a purpose to everything. To everything. Do you believe that? It can be challenging when those parts of those everythings are not feeling so good. But there is a time and a purpose to everything we are experiencing in the here and now. One of my favorite writers is a man named Deepak Chopra, and he wrote a book called The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, and some of what I'm offering today actually comes from that, from his approach to this philosophy. He wrote this in the book: nature's intelligence functions with effortless ease and abandoned carefreeness. Nature's intelligence functions with effortless ease and abandoned carefreeness. So why do we work so hard to just be? If that's nature's intelligence at work, at play, frankly, abandon ease, effortless ease, abandoning ease, that's not what I meant to say. Effortless ease and abandoned carefreeness. Why not? Why not? Why do we work so hard to just be? It was perfect today talking about the quality of being, because we do get that wrapped up in so much of the doing. That to do, we must do. Or, I'm sorry, that to be, we must do. Why don't you just be? Are you willing to just be with effortless ease and abandoned carefreeness? It doesn't mean that the things in your life are just like willy-nilly, whatever. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if we have an approach, conscious approach to this thing called life that includes effortless ease, imagine you approached everything and saying, this is an experience of effortless ease, despite what it looks like on the outside, despite the circumstances I'm being presented with, despite what many people might define as the experience. I choose to understand it as effortless ease. We work really hard to just be. You know, and I think to myself too, why do we need practices to remember who we are? How is it that we've gotten so far away from remembering who we are that we now have to really work and practice at remembering who we are? Who am I? I am the divine, infinite power and presence that is expressing as an individualization that I call me. I work really hard to remember that. How about you? The good news is I work less hard at it now, because as I have adopted this practice in my life, it's become more effortless ease. You see how that works? So what I want to start with today is this. Stop working so hard. Stop working so hard and allow yourself the freedom and the flexibility and the mental space and the opportunity at the heart level to accept nothing less than the spiritual truth being the truth of who you are. If I left you with nothing else today, that's the whole message. That's the whole message. We work really hard at it, though. How hard do you meditate? Hold on. Follow me, camera. I'm like, okay, I got to get down here, and I got to get myself into a, okay, that's not going to work. Okay, time to meditate. I've seen people work that hard to meditate. You know what? Sometimes the best meditation, oh my gosh, I'm getting old. That's a joke. I'm really not. You know what sometimes the best meditation is? Take a breath. You have just meditated. That's as easy as it can be. It's all it needs to be. But we are conditioned by society. We are conditioned by society to work hard, to achieve enlightenment. I must work hard in the spiritual practice. No, you don't. What if I told you you cannot be any more enlightened than you are right now because the wholeness of your being is pure light? You can't be anything more than pure light, so you can never be more enlightened than you are right now. Are you willing to accept that? I mean, do we carry this concept of gotta work hard into our spiritual practice? I mean, here's the thing truly is that what makes spiritual practice easy and has made it more effortless in my life is really understanding that tenet. I know who I am, and everything else flows with carefree abandon. That's an acceptance. That is an embodiment. That is saying, the wholeness of me is this power, it is this presence, it is this thing we call God. The wholeness of you is this power, it is this presence, it is this thing we call God. That's what the great mystics of the ages have all been pointing us toward. I think they've been pointing that way, and we've all been going, but I'm looking at you as you're pointing that way, and I really want to know about you. But they're saying, but look over there. All right, because it's come to my mind, I have to tell you what just popped into my head. So I don't know if you watch a show called RuPaul's Drag Race, as much as I do. It's basically Survivor for drag queens. And there was a challenge on one of the episodes a few seasons ago where all the drag queens had to come and they had to pretend like they were, running for president and that they were in a political debate. And one of the drag queens kept getting up there, and at the beginning of every answer, she would just go, "Look over there," to distract, as many politicians try to do, from the answer they're about to give. So that's what just popped into my head. Now you have insight into the truth of my being. We can be intimidated by the extent of the books and the material that we are invited to study. All right, I'm mixing it up today. Carefree ease. I'm going to sit down. Because I went and I got a couple of my favorites off the shelf today. How to Pray Without Talking to God. Great book. Studying this in the prayer class right now. Lessons in Truth, fundamental to the teaching. Right? Divine Audacity, another great one if you want to learn about the 12 powers. This is a great book to study. The Four Agreements, this was actually an entrance point for me into this philosophy in a big way, because before I became interested in New Thought, this was one of the first books I read that said, hey, your mind is creative. And thank you to my father for giving me this book back in 2000. I don't know if you know that you started this journey. Scientific Christian Mental Practice by Emma Curtis Hopkins. These are all books, by the way, I studied going through my path to ministry. Care of the Soul by Thomas More, and Return to the One, and the Five Principles, and the Creative Process in the Individual, and the Atom-Smashing Power of Mind, and the Fillmore Study Bible of the New Testament, and the Discover the Power Within You, Working with the Law, the 12, I mean, come on. We work really hard at this, don't we? This was when I started really studying New Thought Principle. I was in the Science of Mind first before I came to Unity. This is the Science of Mind book. And when you study to become a minister, which my first ordination was in Science of Mind, you practically memorize this book. And the joke is, if I turn to page 25, and I go from page 25 to page 60, that's the entire philosophy. Pages 25 to 60 is kind of all you need to really know to embody this practice, even if you're in Unity. This is the entire New Thought philosophy right there. The rest of it, a lot of yammering on about those first pages. That's all you need to know. Here's all you need to know. You are magnificent. Not because of anything you do, just because of who you are. And all the mystics of the ages have been inviting us into that frame of mind. The choices we make today inform every subsequent moment. And we often get tied up in the past stuff, right? I talk about that a lot. But the choices we make today inform every subsequent moment. They're informing all of our tomorrows. Do you believe this? And the rest of you? I think even if you didn't say, yes, I know that, inherently, I think we all know this. I think it's like, yes, the choice I make today is going to have some play in my life as I move forward. Otherwise, I wouldn't make any choices. The choices I make today inform my tomorrows. And I think we know this, and I think what happens is we start to become obsessed with the process of choice making rather than infinite ease and abandon. And what gets left to the sidelines when we get so involved in the process is we forget to experience life. We forget to experience life by spending so much time trying to figure it out. Gotta figure it out. Gotta figure out what he means by that word, involution. I've got to spend 10 years figuring out what involution and evolution mean in the context of the New Thought philosophy, and how am I going to put it into practice in my life? Stop it! Because here's what's happening. The more we are trying to figure it out, the more we may be missing the entrance into the flow of our life. We tend to coerce all the things to happen. And I'm going to invite us all today to let go of the notion that you have to do anything to change your life for the better, to experience a greater quality of life. You don't have to do anything. Because if you think you have to do something, you're going into coercion. You didn't know how well you intuited my talk today. You are going then into I gotta make it happen. Stop it. How do you change your life? To enhance the quality of it, be open to the infinite truth of who you are. That's really it. This stuff is simple. It's simple. Now, some people say, did somebody just say, it ain't easy? It's as easy as you decide for it to be. It's as easy as you decide for it to be. We're the ones who complicate it all, and we're good at complicating. And we oftentimes go to our friends, we're like, so tell me about me, because I want to complicate my life much more so that I understand your perspective about who I am, so that then I can be even more confused. What is the point of coming here? I'll tell you what the point of coming is. The point of coming here is to be invited into the consciousness of allowing love to point the way to a greater quality of life. Allow love to point the way to a greater quality of life. The only thing I kind of am ever talking about is how do we enhance the quality of our lives? I came up with that formula several years ago that our thoughts to the power of our beliefs to the power of our feelings is the thing that equals the quality of our life. And if we are addressing our thoughts, beliefs, and feelings from a positive point of view, then the outcome in quality of life is going to be a positive, constructive, joyful, loving experience. We're working so hard to find the entrance into it, though. Part of it, too, is we want to be part of an insider club. Oh, look, here's my tribe, my spiritual people. We're part of this club. We know, right? We know. Yes. I want to be part of that club where those spiritual people have it all worked out. Trust me, Not every spiritual person has it all worked out. The joke about ministry is that the things I say on a Sunday are the things that I'm still working out and I need to hear. I give you the message that I need to be out there listening to. Right? I think any minister will tell you, that's how we approach ministry. What do I need to know today? That's what I'm going to tell you. Finding the entrance may be as simple as letting go of the struggle and giving in to the least effort around it all. The universe inherently is a universe of cosmos. I mean, we often use that as a synonym for the universe, but the word cosmos actually means a well-ordered universe. That is the definition of the word cosmos, a well-ordered universe. It's not just a show that was created by Carl Sagan, based on a book created by Carl Sagan and then taken up by Neil deGrasse Tyson. No, cosmos is a well-ordered universe. And the opposite of cosmos is chaos. Those are antonyms of one another, cosmos and chaos. Here's the thing about chaos. Chaos is not neutral. Chaos is the result of chaotic thinking. And life is chaos when we hold to that paradigm. So how do we approach our lives to have the experience of cosmos? A balanced, well-ordered universe, which is nature's first law order. In Chopra's book, The 7 Spiritual Laws of Success, he offers a couple of things to consider. First of all, the practice of acceptance. The practice of acceptance. Accept people and situations as they occur. How are we all doing with that? Accept people and situations as they occur. Now, here's the thing. I am not saying that you just accept it at face value as though there's nothing you can do about it. Accept the situations and people as they occur with the notion that in this moment you can establish a new future. How to do that? You change your relationship mentally to the experience. It's all conscious work. When I was candidating to be the minister here back in 2019, I'm going to tell this story. There are people in the room that were part of this story. You don't even know that I'm about to talk about you, but I'm not going to talk about you by name. So when I was candidating, what you may or may not be aware of is that in December, I got a telephone call at the end of December that said, thank you for all the interviews, thank you for all this stuff. You are not among the finalists. And I said, okay. I accepted that situation as it occurred. Like, great. I was building a spiritual center myself, and I was continuing to grow and thrive, and I was like, great. I didn't put so much weight on the experience that I was striving for that it derailed the rest of my life. And then something shifted, and I got a call about 6 weeks later that said, you know what? Something has shifted. We would like to extend this offer to you. I'm like, okay. Basically the way it worked out, and I'm grateful. I'm deeply grateful. And had I not been invited to be the senior minister, your spiritual director, who knows where I would be, but I know that I would be celebrating and having an easeful, joyful life, doing exactly what I'm doing now. But that is a conscious acceptance. I had to step into a conscious acceptance of the situation as it occurred and know that in my relationship to the experience I was having, if I put weight into trying to coerce it into something else, that wouldn't have worked. So I said, bring it on, God. Bring it on. Because I know the truth of my being, and I will not be deterred in the way I express this thing called ministry. And we can all put this into practice in our lives in whatever way we choose to express and move forward. Chaos is struggle against the universe. Cosmos is acceptance of the moment and allowing that moment to inform your future by your decision. So acceptance is number one. Second thing to consider, Responsibility. Ooh, that's a big one for people, because you know what happens usually when I say the word responsibility? People hear the word responsibility, but what they're actually hearing is the word blame. If I am responsible for my life, then I am to blame for my life. That is not what I'm talking about. Again, it goes to this present moment practice. I am not going to blame myself for what I've created in my experience. I am going to know that I am 100% in charge of how I move forward from this point and have the responsibility to create a greater quality of life for myself. Everything is an opportunity for something new. Everything. This moment is an opportunity for something new. Reality itself is our interpretation of the circumstances. I want to say that again. Reality itself is our relationship in mind to the circumstances we are experiencing. We have been taught that we have to give circumstances a great deal of weight. The only weight we need to give to the circumstances is how we mentally relate to the circumstances. And if we decide that an experience is a heavy experience, guess what? It's a heavy experience. We are living in an infinite consciousness. We are living in an infinite quantum field. We are living in an infinite, magnificent, creative principle. And we are creating in every moment. Are you willing to choose to create, to take responsibility, to create your life for the better today, rooted in the understanding that you are the power and the presence, you are that quantum field. That's the truth of your being. The third choice that we can make in this is defenselessness. To stop putting up defenses, relinquish the need. Oh, this is a good one. Let's relinquish the need to persuade others to our point of view. It is not my job to get you to think like me. A lot of ministers would think otherwise in other traditions. It is not my job to get you to think like me. I am not here to tell you what to think. That's your job, to determine what it is you are thinking, to determine what it is you are believing. That's your responsibility. I'm not going to tell you what to think. It's why I say at the beginning of every service, something may butt up against your belief system here today, but one of the things that I really work diligently to ensure is that I never say, we believe. I don't know what you believe. I will speak to what I believe, and I will often refer to what we teach or the doctrine that we present. It's up to you to determine what you believe and what you think. Your thoughts are your decision. Your thoughts are your decision. And I'm not here to try and tell you otherwise. I'm not here to try and make you think like me. So, that goes in line with the 4 agreements. Don't take anything personally. Don't take anything personally. Here's the thing, too, is that if I'm trying to get you to believe something, there's probably going to end up being a conflict there, a lot of resistance there. And as long as I maintain that frame of mind of trying to get you to think what I think, well, what I resist persists. And so it's probably going to maintain itself in the expression of conflict. Let go. Let go. Release resistance in this moment. There's a tool that's going to become, really, I'm letting you know sort of what the homework is. There's a tool that I want us to carry with us in our hearts, not just this week for the specific homework, but in every interaction for the rest of our lives. I think this should be part of the question we are asking of ourselves. What do I expect to gain from this? In this interaction, what do I expect to gain from this? To find the entrance into a greater quality of life. Accept, take responsibility, let defensiveness evaporate, release the effort. Take it easy. Take it easy. And open up to allowing. That's the message. Peace and blessings. You're magnificent. So yes, I've already given you the homework. This week I would like you to put some active, joyful work into every interaction that you have, and ask yourself the question, what do I expect to gain from this experience? And just see what comes up. Just see what comes up for you. That's the homework. And today we have a special reflection song that is an Anna Mello original. So please, with our benediction, our reflection song. You okay? Do you want the mic stand?
Yeah, I would.
Okay, here. Why don't I bring your mic stand, because then you don't have the iPad. You can do that. There you go. So I'm going to invite us all to relax right where we are. Simply allow an opportunity to come into this centered space of awareness, to accept, to release, to allow, to accept, to release, to allow.
May I see the blessings in disguise. May I see past dashing hopes with faithful loving eyes. I ask myself, how can this be? Right now I don't know why. In time I'll know the blessings in disguise. I thought I had the answers. My life was all planned out. I knew just what I wanted, and I knew the perfect route. I thought I had my life just right, but changes how they came that weren't what I planned for. It felt like an unfair game. I found out how brave I was as I honestly looked within. Awareness brought healing and gave me strength to start again. Gratitude for everything in the darkest times. 'Cause darkness gives light meaning, and in the dark stars really shine.
Relax right where we are as we engage collectively in this moment of spoken prayer. I open my heart and invite us all to open our hearts to the understanding that there is only one infinite power and presence. There is only one quantum field. There is only one creative source. There is only one consciousness. There is consciousness and nothing else. And while we call it by many names, I choose to call it God, here and now. God, the expression of love, guided by law, motivated into its expression, its wholeness, by all that is. And I give over to the understanding deeply that this is our identity, each and every one of us. We are this power. We are the light and life. We are the quantum field expressed at the level of our understanding, at the level of our acceptance, at the level of the responsibility we have taken to know this for ourselves. And I trust and know that the word I speak now is a word that is rooted in the creative power, the infinite creative power. And I speak my word on behalf of each and every one of us in a space of faithfulness, that all is ease, for this is the decision I have made in this moment, that everything is flowing forth gracefully, joyfully, with effortless abandon, and it is all rooted in the direction of a high quality of life. I trust this to be so. I allow this to be so, and it is with great gratitude in my heart that I welcome the flow of good. I let it be so as I relax, release, and allow. Affirm it by saying, and so it is. Amen.
Now I know the blessings in disguise. I've learned so much about myself, and like the phoenix I now rise. I now know divine love in me had the right and perfect plot. Disappointments awaken me to who I am and who I'm not. I've learned so much about myself, and like the phoenix I now rise. Now I know the blessings in disguise.
Thank you, Anna. Beautiful. Feel what you feel. Feel what you feel. That's important. Look who's coming up on stage. It's the president of our board of directors, William Summers. Please welcome him. I'm going to set that there. Sorry.
So I shared with you this morning that I had some fear in me about what I was going to say during the giving time today.
Let it go.
I don't know if you know this, but affirmative prayer is really a wonderful thing. You should check it out.
I think I'll look into that. I'll look into that.
I have to admit, several times during your talk, that's what I was doing, and the fear is gone.
Good.
So, and I may use you for a prop in a moment if that's okay.
Okay.
So the thing that I want to share with our community today, and why it's so joyful me to support a place like Unity of Tucson, is the board had a retreat yesterday. And during the retreat, one of the things we did was watch a TED Talk. And something that happened that really struck a chord with us, and that was a community such as ours, we can try to focus on 100 things out there, and we really don't make much of a difference to any of those 100 entities out there. No, we give them each 1%. It's not going to make much of a difference to any of them. So recognizing that we're going to continue to support all the wonderful ministries that we have going on here, we decided as a board to focus on one thing and put our energy into that. Now, we could have picked something non-controversial, like talking about the unsheltered or something. People would have come up and said, "Nice job, Unity." That would have been the easy thing to do. But our board, and I congratulate them, in a moment of courage said, no, we're going to step outside the box and we're going to do something difficult. We're going to support a community that when we walk out of here, we know that everybody out there is not going to pat us on the back. So the thing that I want to share with you is that we as a board have decided that our focus is going to be on supporting the LGBTQ+ community. And I have to admit, part of the reason is we have this fine being to use here.
Did you just out me?
Yes.
We're going to have to talk about outing people.
So It's a difficult thing to do. We know not everybody's going to like what we've chosen to do. It's not an easy thing to do. But if there's a community that's going to step forward and say, follow us, we're headed in the direction that's going to work for everybody, because everybody is a divine being. I don't care who you are. And when that basket comes around, I'm not going to tell you, like Jonathan says, what to believe. You can believe whatever you want. I have no control over that. But when that basket comes around, you get to choose. Am I going to talk the talk, or am I going to walk the walk? So, with that said, lots of ways you can give: check, cash. There's a number you can text to, 73256. If you're online, their icon will appear that you can click on. And thank you all so very much for supporting us in our future endeavor.
Thank you, William. As the baskets go around, let's celebrate this consciousness of giving with our song. Feel free to stand and dance if you're able and would like to.
I celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. I celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. Here we go. I celebrate my abundance today. By giving this gift, I show my faith. As I open my heart, my world becomes a better place. Yes, it does. I release all fear as I share gratefully. This love that I give always gives back to me. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself. Knowing my oneness with everything else, I know that all that I give to myself.
All right, here to guide us in the blessing of the offering is Reverend William Gill.
Good morning.
Good morning.
The four agreements teaches us to be impeccable with our word. I would like to apply that so that we can be a blessing with our word. Let every word that comes out of our mouth be a blessing to others. And let's practice that by blessing our love offering to imbue it with energy to do its good works. So together, let us say our love offering affirmation.
We bless these gifts, and we see these gifts going out and blessing our community and the world. And so it is. Amen. Thank you very much, Reverend William. Here's what's happening at Unity of Tucson. Roll it. Roll it.
It's Sunday, September 10th, 2023, and here's what's happening at Unity of Tucson. The Unity World Day of Prayer begins at 5 p.m. this Wednesday, September 13th, and continues for 24 hours. Submit your prayer intentions in advance and plan to join us as we live stream the events from Unity Village, with prayer vigil being held from 11 to 5 on September 14th. Check out the schedule of events for the World Day of Prayer on the calendar listings at unitytucson.com. Immerse yourself in 2 hours of bliss at our next Community Life event on September 16th, beginning at 3 p.m. The event begins with activities designed to deepen connection, followed by an hour of sound healing with divinely inspired sound healer Anya Sarah. Enjoy the full session for only $35. Advanced registration is encouraged and the event is limited to adults age 16 and over. It's only 2 weeks from today. Gary Lynn Floyd will be with us in concert right here at Unity of Tucson on Sunday, September 24th at 1 p.m. We expect a sellout show, so be sure to secure your seat now. Express and celebrate your gratitude for the nourishment we receive at our beautiful spiritual center by purchasing tickets to attend the Gratitude Gala, a joyful evening under the stars, on November 10th. It will be a night packed full of love, joy, and fun, fun, fun. You won't want to miss it. Join us on Wednesday, September 20th for Soul Flow, a night of gentle vinyasa yoga followed by expressive free-form dance. Oscar Rodriguez and Sherry Hoffman guide you through the practice beginning at 6:30 p.m. Soul Flow is offered on a suggested $10 love offering basis. Is this community the right spiritual home for you at this point in your journey? Have you considered becoming an official member of Unity of Tucson? If you're interested in learning more about Unity of Tucson and what membership means, join Dr. Jonathan on Saturday, September 23rd at 2 p.m. for our next quarterly membership orientation meeting. You can join in person or via Zoom. RSVP by sending an email to revjonathan@unitytucson.com. You can find out more about all our events, classes, and other offerings in the Desert Light Book and Gift Store or online at unitytucson.com. And finally, we've had a request to let everyone know that you can enjoy the wisdom of our teaching every weekday at 8:30 a.m. on Facebook or YouTube when Dr. Jonathan goes live online with his Mindful Moment. Take about 15 minutes to enjoy some spiritual insight and prayer. Have an amazing and magnificent week.
Yay! I would like to welcome Holly B. Weaver up to the platform. She has something that she would like to share with us, and what a delight it is to have you here today and in life in general. You are magnificent.
Thank you. I'm here to talk about the silent auction at our Gratitude Gala this year, but first I have a question for you. How many of you have a favorite restaurant that you like to go to? Raise your hand. Now imagine if each of you asked your favorite restaurant to donate a gift certificate to the silent auction. Or what if you offered to buy a $25 gift certificate if they would donate an additional $25? Most restaurants would consider that a good deal because you're giving them something and they're donating something. If we'd all do that, we'd have dozens of dining gift cards as a silent auction item. Now, how many of you have received beautiful gifts that you just don't need? Okay? I got a lovely cooking mitt and bowl and bee earrings this week that I don't need. They have all the tags on them, and I know somebody is waiting desperately for them. And they'll be able to buy them at the silent auction on November 10th. And how many of you are bargain shoppers? I live for a bargain. I love to walk into Ross or Marshall's or at home and see what I can find on sale. For $10, you can usually find a pretty cool thing. Imagine if 12 people picked up a different kind of candle to donate. We could make that into a basket for a year's worth of candles. If you have a yard service or a maid or a client or an employer, these are great people to ask for a donation to our auction. Do you feel awkward about asking? Most people do, but no worries. You can write a letter and drop off the letter or mail it with our handy dandy silent auction form. Don't know what to say? We're going to post a sample letter on our website that you can use to create your letter. So you can either walk in person, or you can be shy and mail it or drop it off in person. And even if you can't attend the Gratitude Gala for whatever reason, this is a way that you can contribute to the success of our event and help our spiritual home grow and prosper. So I ask each of you to think this week, what can I do to contribute to the silent auction that is going to help our community so much? Silent auction donation forms are available every day in the bookstore, and I think we may have a link on the website, but if we don't, we'll get one.
We'll get one.
Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thank you, Holly. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Grateful for all. Oh, yes, the Rainbow Lunch Bunch is happening today following the celebration in the Rainbow Room. We encouraged everyone through an email to bring your lunch. If you didn't bring your lunch, well, maybe someone will be willing to share because we're a loving and sharing community here today. Check out the Rainbow Lunch Bunch after the celebration today. Today's prayer chaplains in service are Ruth Starwell and Sherry Hoffman. Ruth, who guided us in our reading, affirmation, and treatment. Wow, that's like a word that comes out. Reading, affirmation, and affirmative prayer. Hey, Charles Fillmore uses treatment too, so I'm free and clear. Grateful. But you know, here's the thing. Reading, affirmation, and prayer spells rap, and reading, affirmation, treatment spells rat. So, grateful. Ruth and Sherry will be available, there's Sherry, for a moment of prayer following the celebration today if you would like to meet with them. They are here to serve you in prayer. You can also make your prayer intentions known by writing them on a prayer intention form and putting them into the prayer intention box, which is in the lobby. Just a reminder, lots of those prayer intentions are going to be making their way to our experience on the World Day of Prayer starting Wednesday night and going all day on Sunday. So, we are here to pray for you, with you, and here are some magnificent beings of light who are here to share with us what they did today. Please welcome Jessica Brunk and our youth. Hi.
Hello, everyone. We had a beautiful morning. I wasn't here last week, so it was just nice to see everybody. We had new Play-Doh, so this morning was a really good day, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Yay, Play-Doh! And then Miss Andy did a little lesson with us, so I'm gonna let her share that with you.
We just did a lesson with the kids on their emotions and how they can handle their emotions as we handle our emotions. Our fingers all represent something, and that is, this one is worry, and this one's anxiety, and we know the middle one is anger. Why is it we forgot the rest of them? The fourth one is grief, and the fifth one is frustration. And then in the middle is the palm, and that's joy. So we want to start massaging each finger as necessary and bringing the fingers to joy.
Lovely. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's beautiful practice. I want to say thank you to everybody who made today's celebration so magnificent. Let's first give it up for guiding us in our meditation and with the blessing of the offering. Reverend William Gill, thank you so much. Our keepers of the flames today, Lynn Peterson and Mirta Nebecker, thank you so much for guiding us through our ritual. Ruth Starwell providing our reading, affirmation, and prayer. Our prayer chaplains on duty, Ruth and Sherry Hoffman, thank you for your service. Our sharing speaker today and president of our board, William Summers. Let's give it up for our hospitality team, our greeters, our ushers, everyone who shows up and puts themselves into service in this community. This community exists because of service and the volunteering of everyone and stepping up. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to say thank you also to our technical team. Jake, it's Jake's last day for a while. Thank you, Jake and Rowan and Jim and Kyle. Thank you so much for your service. Let's give it up for our magnificent music team, Linda and Raphael and Paul. And please give a great, great round of applause to our musical guest today, Anna Mello. Thank you. To complete our time here, let us state out loud as a community these words of divine affirmation. I am infinite light. I am infinite love. I am infinite power. I am infinite presence. Wherever God is, I am. Wherever I am, God is. And so it is. Amen. Feel free to dance and move and sing if you want.
I had a dream so big and loud, I jumped so high, I touched the clouds. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I stretched my hands out to the sky and danced with monsters through the night. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I howled at the moon with friends, and then the sun came crashing in. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. But all the possibilities, no limits, just epiphanies. Whoa, oh, 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 oh. I'm never gonna look back. Whoa, I'm never gonna give it up. No, just don't wake me now. Ooh, ooh, this is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. I hear it calling outside my window. I feel it in my soul. The stars were burning so bright. The sun was out till midnight. I say we lose control. Ooh, this is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. This is gonna be the best day of my life. Everybody's all right, everybody up now. This is gonna be the best day of my life. My life. Make it a magnificent week, everyone.